There was a video, I guess I didn't save it because I'm an idiot, but there was a video of, actually, I'm sure if I look it up on Google, the first Apple Vision Pro sale. What if I eated you? Where did it go? Mayor cat, please. Mayor cat, please. Okay. Legit Josh, thank you for the tier 1. Fuck, I can't find it. Why didn't I save it? I'm so page. I probably did save it and the post got deleted. It was a video of a guy walking out of the store, out of the Apple store in, I think, New York. And everyone applauded this guy that like bought it and walked out with it. I think it was like the first dude that bought it. It was very sad and pathetic. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna front, man.
Look at what they put on the Apple Store, a giant Vision Pro.
I love New York, New York, New York.
It's Vision Pro launch day here at New York City's flagship Apple Store. There's a crowd gathered to pick up their pre-orders. The first
Here it
person
is.
Vision Pro customers at the 5th Avenue Cube. There was lots of cheering and lots of selfies. There was even a customer who brought a shirt for laughs. It was a good morning for fans on all coasts when stores opened at 8 a.m. to release the long-awaited headset.
I've been an Apple fangirl since, well, 20 years more, for a long time. I've gotten the first iPhone on the first day of introduction every year since they...
Consumerism is going to make me want to commit a crime.
They were first introduced.
Over in California, customers that visited the Palo Alto store near Apple's headquarters could meet some of the team that worked on the headset.
And I got it all autographed by all the amazing team that worked on it. This is a beautiful device.
I'm loving the energy here today. Tim Cook is talking to customers, taking selfies, really spending a lot of time with the first people to own the Vision Pro. There's also Greg Joswiak, and everyone here is just taking their time to really absorb this moment. Many Apple stores have been transformed to include these cozy seated nooks to demo the headset. Demos are on a first-come, first-served basis. There is a bit of a wait to get a demo, and I think they expected that. That's why they have all these little stations here to let you have something to tinker with while you wait. So this kind of takes you through like a basic lesson in what it can do. And you can book a demo right from this iPad. There's literally someone here to demo at any hour of the day. 2 a.m., first appointment. For this first big rush, it's a first come, first serve basis. But really, you can go down to an Apple store and talk to someone if there's availability to get your own demo. When it's your turn for a demo, the headset is hand-delivered.
You can't even watch YouTube or Netflix on it?
Delivered on a platter for your personal walkthrough. To get the right fit, customers can get their head size scanned by an iPhone, and there are these drawers around holding various sized light seals and cushions. There's also a procedure to clean all of the headpieces between uses. If you wear eyeglasses, you're going to need special lenses inserted to be able to see inside the Vision Pro. And to get the right lens match for your eyes, your eyeglasses are put into this machine and it reads your prescription. The staff brings out compatible lens inserts, but this is just for the demo experience. You cannot order prescription lenses inside the store. That is all done online. All right, here's a gentleman who has 2 Vision Pros plus travel cases.
Second one is
surprised, so I don't want that leaking out before I get back home.
All right, tell me about your demo experience.
I think all the immersive stuff, the immersive videos, the spatial memories that they have was even more impactful than you can imagine before seeing it.
Some demonstrations
I don't want to be.
are also done while
okay.
sitting at tables with
Nan-nan?
customers. And the team certainly needed to do
You
a
will do
lot
it.
of demos because it was a pretty packed house today.
Excuse me.
I thought it would be unlikely there would be any in store. Mine's coming on February 27th. And so I was like, well, if it's, I looked on the website and it said nothing's available, but I was like, let me just walk over to this.
Meerkat, did you step on the
Look
keyboard?
at what they put on the Apple Store, a giant Vision Pro.
Meerkat. What about the other people? Huh, Meerkat? Not everything is about you all the time. Fuck it, let people buy their treats. We already work a shit ton. Let people have fun. Consumerism is gonna kill us, guys. It's gonna kill us. Oh man, here it is. Here's the video. Someone posted it. Thank you. I wish I could see the screen. The video is titled The first person to walk out of the Apple Store with their Apple Vision Pro gets a big round of applause. Did you see this? Someone was retelling their experience working here, and it gets better / worse. When I worked for this, oh my God, America. When I worked at this store, I was told I wasn't expressing sufficient enthusiasm for a guy who bought the first new iPhone, and a manager threatened to send me home for the day. Look, man. All right. Y'all want to get an Apple Vision Pro? Go for it. Knock yourselves out. But man, there's to show up immediately and buy the first one that you can buy. But there's no way it's that good. There's no way. I want to see a review of this product.
All right, so you've seen the unboxing. Now it's time for the breakdown. What is using the Apple Vision Pro actually like? This is easily one of Apple's craziest, most radical, possibly dystopian products of all time, and I have a lot of thoughts here. Like, I've been using it for about a week now. There are some parts of this thing that are absolutely incredible, and some other parts that feel weird or borderline unfinished. There are all kinds of new technologies, from a new operating system to infrared eye tracking to virtually reconstructed versions of you. I feel like there are so many actually new things that you have to understand in order to get a sense of what this headset actually is and what it does. So I'm going to break this down into two parts. This video is all about using the Vision Pro. It's everything I've learned from the past week of wearing and getting used to this thing every single day. But I'm also working on a more wide-ranging, possibly more existential review video. But let's just start with the more hardware fundamentals, right? Like, what is this thing that I'm holding, literally? Apple Vision Pro, at its core, well, it is a VR headset. Now, Apple would never say that, and they probably won't like that I'm saying that word. You know, I made an entire video about why they refuse to use those words, and they're calling it spatial computing instead. We'll get there. But the truth is, it's a really, really, really high-end virtual reality headset. It's something we've seen before, right? It's got displays and lenses and speakers and fans and buttons, and this is a form factor. This is a thing that we have seen before. But before I even turn this thing on, there are clearly several things that are a little different about this one. So first of all, it's made of metal. Lots of metal and glass here, which are high quality but heavy materials, relatively speaking. So there's this
Yeah. Can I see what it's like on the inside?
between the lenses, physically moving them inside the headset to match the distance between your eyes. Then it does sort of a hand
It's made out of glass and metal. I've never seen anything made out of glass and metal before.
scan so it understands your hands. And then you go through this process of basically looking at a bunch of dots all the way around the screen and then tapping your fingers together to select them. Kind of feels like an eye test or something. And then you're in. So first thing you're going to notice is you can actually kind of put your hands anywhere as long as the headset can see this. Just your fingers touching together. So there's a lot of pictures of people like using a headset with their fingers like out in front of them, pinching like that. But you actually don't have to do that. It's such a wide angle because of the sensors facing forward and sideways and down. You can kind of just rest your hand anywhere in front of you in your lap. As long as you pinch like that, it can generally pick it up, which is impressive. So you're pinching to control anywhere in that 180-degree bubble in front of you. And then the digital crown, you hit that once and the app drawer comes up. Pretty simple. Doesn't seem that impressive, but this is actually a peek at the first really impressive thing about this headset to me, which is it seems to have incredible spatial positioning lock. And like, it's really hard.
Yeah, this is my biggest problem with VR. I get such bad motion sickness. Such bad motion sickness. It's just ugh.
Hard to show, like, have you appreciate this through a YouTube video. Reviewing VR headsets is hard, but like turn around in the room you're in and like picture a wall or a window just appearing locked in place in 3D space in your room. And no matter how much you move your head or move around, it stays exactly kind of floating where it's supposed to be. But when I say floating, I think you're picturing like a soft float, but it's locked. And that's how it starts. So now you're in.
Yeah, I mean, augmented reality would be better, right? But I think that that's too hard.
Apple's new Vision OS. I would describe this as kind of similar to iPad OS, but way more glassy, and like, of course, with the extra dimension of 3D space. So hitting the digital crown will always get the app drawer back in front of you, and then simply look at the icon you want and pinch your fingers together to select it and open that app. Scrolling is basically as you'd expect. You just kind of pinch and grab in the air and then pull as if it's on a string, and physics let you pull things through the air. It's pretty intuitive, it's responsive, it's fluid. Sometimes it's kind of bouncy even. I would say the biggest adjustment is only being able to control exactly what you're looking at. And I don't think people realize how often they're controlling things that they're not exactly looking directly at with other computers and other UIs. But with this, you can look at the button to select it, And if you look at the next thing you're going to do, you're no longer controlling the button. You have to look exactly where you're trying to interact with things. It takes a few extra brain cycles to remember to always be looking exactly at the thing you're controlling. So when you open a window of a Vision OS app, like any one of the default Apple apps here, it locks into place. It's floating there. It kind of looks, again, like an iPad app, but very glassy, like this frosted glass around the UI sort of lets you see through a little bit to the color behind it. And it even sometimes casts a shadow on the ground in the correct Z space. So it really solidifies that it's floating in front of you, focus modes, and screen.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Put a slime video on the right, put some Subway Surfers on the left, put some Family Guy on top, and now I can finally enjoy Oppenheimer.
Recording and pairing to a Mac. But the other big quirk is text input. So you might be wondering, how does text input work with no physical controllers? So there's basically 3 ways to do this. So let's say you're in Safari and you want to go to mkbhd.com. You really want one of those shiny new Chevron hoodies for the rest of winter. Great. How do you do it? So the first way is to literally hunt and peck, poking the keys on the keyboard that appears in the air in front of you. So this one is tough because it literally only reacts to your pointer finger on each hand. So you actually can't type fast like with home row or anything like that. Not great. The second way, though, I think is actually kind of good. It's at least faster, which is looking at the key you want to interact with and then pinching to select it. So just looking around the keyboard like this and selecting the keys. And you might be surprised how fast you can type like this if you actually know your way around a keyboard pretty well. I actually prefer this to poking the virtual keys because I at least get a little bit of haptic feedback from my own fingers tapping together. But then in Safari, the last way to do it is literally to just look up at the microphone and say the URL out loud, mkbhd.com. And then it just hears you and goes to the site pretty quick if it's a URL that, you can actually say out loud. So what can you actually do with this thing?
I like the idea of like a URL you can't say out loud. And it's just like the N word 5 times, but you're not black. What does it actually do? Let's go.
Now that we know what it is, it's the M2 chip, a computer on your face with the displays and the lenses inside and all sorts of sensors everywhere. What can this thing actually do? And I feel like the most common way to phrase that is, what is the killer app? Because we feel like we need some sort of justification to spend $3,000-$4,000 on this thing. Like applications made the iPhone what it is as we know it. Like apps made the iPad. So what is the app situation on the Vision Pro? So there are 2 types of apps on the Vision Pro, actually. The first is apps that are built specifically for the Vision Pro to take advantage of its awesome experiences. And there are a few of those right now. And then there are all of the other apps, which basically are iPhone and iPad apps that happen to be compatible because the developer didn't opt out. And the first kind is way cooler. So these are Apple's stock apps here that come with the Vision Pro. And so these are all, of course, made just for Vision Pro. So they're going to have stuff that takes full advantage of what this thing is capable of. Apple Music is a pretty classic one. Like it has all the same functionality of any other Apple Music app, but in this super glassy frosted window and shows the colors of whatever's behind it.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you have
yeah.
the sort of sorting menu on the left-hand side instead of across the bottom. That's like an iPad. They have built entire environments inside of them for watching media. And there's even a small collection of videos on the Apple TV app that are shot on a new proprietary format specifically for Vision Pro. So Alicia Keys walks right up to you and starts singing right to your, for example, in this fully immersive view. So you can blow them up to full screen, and then it gives you a bit of a parallax effect around the edges. So it feels like you're like looking into a window of your own photo and looking around. It's kind of incredible.
Oh, that's
and there's also
cool.
some other really fun third-party apps that I've
I'm sure that that's available on other VR though.
tried that were built ahead of time. So Sky Guide, this is a good one. You can look around a real representation of the sky around you where any of the, constellations would normally be. You can look at it a little longer and it'll pop it out. You can pull it out of the sky to get more information about it. It's a pretty great idea. There's another one called Jig Space, which it's a sick app. I don't know if I'd ever use it, but basically it lets you load 3D models into the space you're in and mess around with them, take them
That's
apart,
dank.
view them in actual size. And this really takes advantage of how good the placement lock is on the Vision Pro. And you can walk around and really gets you a better understanding of the scale of things that you don't get to see up close very often. And then Keynote is another funny one. So you can, of course, go through and
I need that chip for decorating, dude. I'm always like, dude, this is gonna look so good. And then I buy the item and then I put it together and I put it in the place. I'm like, why did I ever think that was gonna look good? This looks so stupid.
edit a keynote just like normal if you want to. But then they've built this whole environment for practicing your presentation skills. So you press that and it says, oh, would you like to go to a conference room or the literal Steve Jobs theater? So you can rehearse talking to your audience with your keynote slides behind you. It is genuinely incredibly immersive. And there's already a bunch more apps like this in the App Store already at launch that are specifically built for Vision Pro, so they'll take advantage of its various strengths. Now, are any of these a killer app? Not really. I mean, I don't if you're looking for any one of these to be the reason why you spend like $4,000 on this headset, I don't think we have that yet. But then at least there's all the other non-native but technically still compatible apps that are in the App Store. And these are going to look just like iPhone and iPad apps. Actually, there's a pre-installed folder on the home screen when you get this thing, literally called compatible apps. And there's a bunch of them from Apple here. They look exactly like iPad apps. I'm surprised actually that more of them aren't fully built out to take advantage of Vision Pro, but like Apple Maps is just the iPad app. And so it would be cool if there were some like fun augmented reality overlay walking directions type stuff, but nope, it's all the exact same functionality that you would find if you open this app on your iPad. And you can go to the App Store and search a bunch of the names of apps you already know and love and find them by name and grab them and they'll work the exact same way. Crazily enough though, there are already some notable exceptions. No Netflix app for the Vision Pro, no YouTube app for the Vision Pro, no Spotify app for the Vision Pro. Apple has a kind of a contentious relationship with a lot of developers right now, especially some of the bigger ones. And so some have made the active choice to opt out. They're like, we don't want to be there. This won't be a big enough platform to matter to us to justify the work. So they're not there. Now, I totally get it. But also now, as a Vision Pro owner and someone who's using it, I'm like, it's kind of a bummer. I really wanted to be able to watch like a Netflix show offline, downloaded ahead of time, but you can't do that now. But at least for
Yeah, maybe I'm a hater. I refuse to purchase an Apple product for VR. And I also don't want VR. I want AR, which should be near future, probably next decade. Samsung made recently, I think it was Samsung, they made the first ever like clear TV.
Hey everybody, I'm here with Samsung, and here's some of the coolest things that they're doing this year for television displays in 2024. First up, micro LED transparent.
It's not next decade, very sorry. Lick my balls.
That's right, Samsung has invented a way to actually see through the micro LED to the other side. So micro LED displays, in case you haven't been paying attention, Samsung uses in their massive wall-sized televisions, basically millions of tiny little LEDs, super bright, great picture quality. So now they're making a transparent version of those screens. So the idea is you look through the screen and you can see whatever's behind it. And meanwhile, what's on the screen is brighter with better color than what you get from other transparent technologies, namely transparent OLED. So transparent OLED has been around for a while. It's a little bit dimmer from this demonstration that I've seen right now than transparent micro LED. And so it has that advantage, micro LED, of being not only brighter, but also having better transparency. So you actually see through a little more. Now, transparent displays, not really the most practical thing, but you can imagine, for example, behind me, Samsung showing a sports stadium scenario where you're sitting in a skybox and you're looking through the glass and you have the scores and everything kind of displayed on the screen in front of you. Behind is the actual event itself, which is pretty cool. They also have a demo here showing...
I mean, all this stuff that he's saying is stupid. I'm just talking about the fact that why would I ever want a computer to re-simulate what the room looks like when I could just have a piece of glass with a bunch of micro LEDs that just puts something on top of what I can see through. And this isn't that far. Like, this literally is not that far. We basically already have all of the difficult parts of this, of the tech. I want that with normal glass form factor, and I would want it from Microsoft, to be honest. Like, that's what Microsoft's goggles promised. Let me see, Microsoft Smart Goggles. Oh, it's a Google Glass or something. This? I assume that the tech is still pretty shit with Google Glass, but it'll probably get better. They're called HoloLens now. Oh Lord, I'm ready for this to be bad.
When problems arise, you need your workforce confident and ready to jump into action. Workplace experts have years of specialized knowledge. Make the knowledge base your team needs accessible on the front line, with information whenever and wherever you need it, through Microsoft HoloLens 2 and mixed reality technology. When learning a new task or facing a new challenge, immersing yourself in the details makes a world of difference. Seize the opportunity to train and advance skill sets with access to expert knowledge and interactive learning resources. Interaction and visual guidance increase comprehension and scenario readiness. We expect information to be available at our fingertips. Channel your expertise using holographic guidance illustrating how to complete even the most complex task. Make next-level understanding possible for every worker with mixed reality. Teams work better together with Microsoft's frontline solutions.
All right, stop shilling. So this being more accessible and not just being for businesses would be super cool. I'm not getting a fucking VR headset that I'm gonna walk around with looking like a fucking loser. Are you kidding me? This looks like it actually would be good. Check this out, it's cool. This company is actually the closest to bringing us AR glasses 8 months ago. Pausers. What is 0.2? I don't know what this means. Oh, is it just showing what it can focus on? Okay. Yeah, just focal depth, focal distance, whatever. Cool. What that finger doing? What that finger doing? That's pretty cool, though. That's pretty cool. That shit is unheard of. So, yeah, to the person who's like, we're not getting that in the next decade. Once this shit hits like mainstream, we'll probably the fact that Apple's released their product, almost certainly within a decade we'll have like some iteration of this that is more easily accessible. Like people are going to get used to a certain quality of life like with stuff like this, and then other companies are going to try and make a better version, right? So that they can make as much money as possible.
Or keeping that dribble with the left hand.
All right, this is officially a dream come true, right? We
Jesus Christ, dude, your fucking audio.
got the NBA dashboard over here. I'm watching the NBA game. Let's go Heat, right? I can just grab the corner, make it smaller, but then I can also make it huge. Like, look how big I can make this thing. And it feels real.
Me to my girl. Look at how big I can make this thing.
Like, it feels like it's in my space. Like, look, half my dog is not even showing up. What's up, Archie? I'm walking through here. I'm going over here to grab this, right? Like, it just feels real. I got Twitter over there in the corner that I can just look at and then just swipe through. Like, it knows that I'm looking at it. Of course, everything is Vision Pro, Vision Pro, Vision Pro. Tap this. I can go to Safari if I want to. Click that open, grab this, move it behind me maybe, so it's not in my way of anything.
And tap to
Now I'm on YouTube. Let's pause that. Let me go back to the game. Press play. It's just amazing. It's amazing.
Watching shows will be really sick, but that's just because I always want to watch stuff when I'm laying in bed like this, when I'm experiencing my depression hours. But I'm always scared that I'm going to drop my phone on my face. I just want to people lost, but be able to like watch some anime or something. It's not a matter of if, but when. Yeah. How about a projector facing the ceiling? Dude, the projector quality is not that good. Maybe if I was to splurge and like spend a couple thousand, I could get like a nice projector, but fuck, man. Projectors are fucking ass. The best projector is still pretty mid. Yeah. Plus, the problem with the projector is that you still have to move it around. What if I want to lay on my couch? What if I want a depression hour lay on my couch? I have to move the projector, or I have to buy another projector. Oh, come on. What if I want to lay on the floor? I don't want to have to be moving that shit. Think, guys. You're not putting yourself into the shoes of a depressed person. This will be cool for FaceTiming. Talk to your main girl in one window and all your other side chicks in another. Honestly, can I be FR though? I want this tech just so I can watch back all of my interactions, Black Mirror style, so that I can give myself peak mental illness. And I don't have to think about like, oh, was I cringe? Did I do that? Did I say that? And I can go back and just watch it back and be like, I was cringe. Nice. Poggers. That's what I want. I just want the tech that I can go back and watch that over and over and over again. You don't already do that in your head? Yeah, but like I will never feel like satisfied because I can't review the footage in real time. It's just a memory of a memory. You're going to pay for storage? Bitch, I'm already paying for baggage. Am I right or what? Oh, gosh. That was pretty funny, actually. I was just going to say that was pretty funny. Okay. Is Isn't that what the Black Mirror episode was warning against? Yeah, but that dude was a loser. That's not, you shouldn't, the product isn't for you if you're a loser. You know? If you're a normie that your brain would be crushed at the thought of watching back footage and finding things you don't like, it's not a product for you, okay? It's only for, like, for winners like us, all right? Also, think about how many times you have conversations with people and they accuse you of saying one thing and you're like, "I didn't say that." And they're like, "Yeah, you just did." Can you imagine if you could play that shit back and be like, "Hold up, let's check the VOD." Oh, it's not. I didn't say it. That's right. I'm just saying we would single-handedly solve gaslighting. VOD review, VOD review. You can do that now. It's called secretly recording all your conversations. That's fucking weird. No. Just pull up with a camera everywhere I go. Nah, don't worry, man. Just ignore the camera. This shit, on the other hand, is fucking depressing. This coffee shop uses AI to measure the productivity of their employees and the time spent in the shop per customer. Hey, yo, Olga asleep at the wheel. 3 cups.